Good evening. I know I'm a few minutes early, so we'll just say hello and I'm here, and I'll let you know how nice it was for me to have many friends, quite a few friends actually, stop by and pick up their new catalogs today, which was quite nice. I had some lovely visits, which was fun. Got to share a few pictures of the grandbaby, you know, all that good stuff. So anyway, that was fun. I was glad to get things organized. It felt good to get here and get everything organized and ready for us for tonight. I told every single one of the people that came today, when I was handing them their catalog, I said, now just know that it's organized very differently than any other catalog that we've ever had. But there's lots of good things too. So I hope that as we go through this tonight, you will appreciate that, yes, there's some differences. But even though my father does not believe this, change is not always bad. Sometimes change can be very, very good. And I think there's a lot to be excited and happy about in this catalog. As always, when there is change, there are things that we wish, oh, I would have liked that to have stayed the same, or I wish they hadn't tinkered with this piece or whatever. But, you know, eventually we figure it out and it's fine. So just be aware that as we go through this, and I will not be going through front cover to back cover this time, just to let you know. So anyway, I'm hoping that we'll get some friends here shortly, and that when 7 o'clock rolls around, which it will in just a moment or two, our friends will have found us. So anyway, I just wanted to give you that little bit of a heads up and make sure that you were aware. And if you've had your catalog for a little while, if you're somebody that has gotten one and had a chance to peek through a bit, or you went online and looked at it, then maybe you're already familiar with some of these things that I'm going to share with you. All right, so it is 7 o'clock, so here we go. So I am Leslie with LuvINK&Paper, and I am happy to have you here with us. There is a starter kit special, so just so you know, starting today and going all the way through the 31st of May, if you're ready to become a demonstrator, if you've ever thought about doing what I do, or sharing with some friends, or something even on a very small scale, this starter kit special is huge. It's very, very big. Stampin' Up! Is going to add into your starter kit an $82 value. They're going to add one of each of the new in color pads, so 5 stamp pads, a collection of the in color cardstock, 8.5 by 11 cardstock, a package of the 6x6 designer series paper, and a package of the 5 Stampin' Write markers. Okay, so that's huge, and that's on top of the $125 worth of products and business supplies and things that you get anyway, all for $99. So if that sounds interesting to you, you should probably get in touch with me. All right, so up until now, this is all I've been able to show you, was just the cover. I'm very excited that I can show you the inside. Now, normally I start at the front cover and I just work my way through, and I share the things that I've purchased and whatnot, and samples if I've made any, which, by the way, this time, not many, sorry. Anyway, but not this year. That's not going to be the case this year. Okay. So I'm going to start actually at the very back, almost the very back, with the index. Okay. So the index looks very different than it usually does. Usually it's just a very narrow listing of the stamp sets. Okay. This has the stamp sets, but it also has embellishments. And where do you find them? Are they the adhesive backed embellishments? Are they the enamel effects? Are they loose embellishments? And where will you find all those things? Where will you find the adhesives, the dies, okay, by name and where they are? Because there is not a page, there is not a section just for dies, all right? So there is a section or a page for embossing folders. So all the embossing folders are on page 129. Your heat embossing supplies and things are on 126. Anything for ink and coloring, memory keeping, paper and packaging. The designer series paper, you'll notice, is not, again, it's not on all one page, okay? So punches are on various pages shown where they are displayed best. Ribbon is all together, and then the stamp sets. And in here, it tells you whether the stamp set is only in English or if it's in English and French. So, you know, it's got that information. So the index is going to be a really good tool for you. Okay, if you haven't gotten used to using the index, I highly recommend that you do that this time. Okay, so let's go back now to the beginning and look at the cover, because again, the cover is very different. Are there products on the cover? Yep, there are, but they're hidden in this story. The picture on the cover is telling a story, and it's letting you know what Stampin' Up! Is all about. So what is Stampin' Up! All about? Is it great high quality products? Well, yes, it is, but it's so much more. It's about making a difference in people's lives. It's about the relationships and the gathering and the being together. Some of my very best friends are my stamping friends, whether they are other demonstrators or people that come to class or people that purchase product from me. They're all friends, and I appreciate that very much. So, given that it's all about the relationships and people, different people want different things from their crafting experience, right? So let's take a look at the table of contents. Okay, so that's right here. So there are some different kinds of stamping experiences, and that is how this particular catalog is organized. Okay, so it's organized very, very differently than past catalogs. We've talked about that before, and it's organized by the type of crafting experience. Okay, so those people who are looking for a step-by-step crafting experience, they're generally looking for kits. So Paper Pumpkin, or the 2 kits a month that are being released. They want basically a choreographed experience. Here's the stuff, here's the directions, this is what you're going to create. And you know ahead of time pretty much what you're going to make. All right. So that's kind of cool. Another kind of experience is the quick and easy options. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit about those. Creativity your way. Okay, these are the folks that want it all. Okay, Stampin' Up! Has always done a really great job at providing a catalog for those avid crafters, those people that want it all, the people that have the dedicated class crafting space. Okay, they're getting better at the step-by-step kinds of things. The kits, we're having 2 a month now, so they're getting better at doing this. This is the place where they're starting to really pick up the pace, which is very exciting for those people that want something quick and easy, but they want more. They want to have more, put more of their own stamp on things than necessarily pre-designed kits. Okay, so let's take a look at those step-by-step crafting. So you're talking about those experiences that don't take up a lot of space, don't require a lot of materials, don't require a huge space. They're portable, convenient. You can craft and connect with friends your own age, with kids, with whatever, and they make great gifts. These kind of things make great gifts. All right. So they talk about the kits collection a little bit. There's a QR code up here. There's no specific ordering information. There's a kit contents, a picture of the project, and then somebody who created it. Okay, just like that. So lots of ways to do that. So if somebody were to come to me and say, oh, I don't have a lot of time these days, this is probably where I'd steer them. Okay. So if you like to know what you want, then the kits collection in the online store is the perfect place. If you're willing to be a little bit surprised, then having something come to you every month, like a paper pumpkin, might be the way to do that. Okay. So then we get into our quick and easy. So these are there's lots of great products that they're bringing out in this catalog and that will be coming along in future publications. Okay, they allow you to pick and choose. They allow you to craft a whole lot of cards quickly and have more fun in less time. Okay, so a small space. She's nearby her family. She's not off in her own space. All right. So one of the things that I love that they included is these top 10. Okay. So in this quick and easy section, they give you some suggestions about things that are going to make that experience more fun for you. If you have the right tools, it's a whole lot more fun. Okay. So, snips, glue, dimensionals, inks, okay, maybe not full size, but the classic Stampin' Spots gives you a little sampling of all the different colors. Okay, some suggestions of blocks, a really simple stamp set. I did not get that one. I thought I did, but I did not. Punches, note cards and envelopes, the chamois to clean everything, and I'm so excited that they included number 10, your demonstrator. Me. They included me. Well, not my picture, but anyway, your crafting coach. Okay, so I love that they included that. All right, so then we get into the mix and match. So choose your note card and envelopes. Add an ephemera pack, I think is how you say that word. I've always stumbled over that one. Anyway, I did get this particular stamp set, so you could add, your stamped greeting there to those things. So yeah, you just kind of mix and match. And look at all the different things that you can create with the cards and envelopes, the ephemera pack, and sentiments. That's all you need. And you get all these beautiful, beautiful things, which is so much fun. So the ephemera packs, and if I'm saying that wrong, I'm really sorry. Anyway, they are just pre-printed die-cut images, and you can add them to the note cards. All right, so this part, and I'm going to share that in a second, basic card design. I have had a number of people say, you really need to do a basic card design class, Leslie. Well, I probably do, but Stampin' Up! Just sort of did it for me, which was really nice. So what do you need? Look at all these fun sketches or templates, right? So some inspiration. Now I want you to look for these, because what they did was, as they made their samples, they put some of these next to the samples if they used that template. So that was kind of cool. So then they talk about, color family coordination. So you can pick one color family that you love if you're kind of new to this, and you just concentrate on those colors. There is some more color information, and we'll get to that in a little bit, that helps you put other colors together. But a color family is a great way to start, or even two. One color family and the neutrals, okay? I'm not sure I would only want to create in just the neutrals. They're not very exciting, some of those colors. It does happen to have my favorite, Night of Navy, but still I think the neutrals are designed to go with anything, so I would choose one color family and then the neutrals. All right, so a couple of stamp sets, and then lots. See here, the little template, because that's the one that they used. Okay, so be watching for those. I may put out a contest. You know what? I think I'm going to. When you have your catalog, you can go through and see if you can. I'm going to break it down into some different numbers, and I want you to count certain things as you go through your catalog. And we'll see what we come up with. Anyway, so the memories and more are here in the quick and easy. Okay, just a few essentials. Okay, then we get into the part that Stampin' Up! Has always done super well, and that is the creativity your way. This part of the catalog is designed for those people that have a dedicated craft space, that want all the things, all the bells, all the whistles, all the toys, all the tools, all the everything. This is the section of the catalog. And it's broken up into some different spaces, okay? But you'll see that she's in her space. She has all kinds of things. So this is where a lot of you will gravitate towards, okay? This section has all the suites, okay? And the suites aren't mixed through. In previous catalogs, there'd be a suite, and then there'd be some other stamp sets, and then there'd be another suite, and then there'd be some other stamp sets. All the suites are together, okay? So this is our Mediterranean blooms, and some things you'll notice. The art, the stamped art, is shown on the as the art in the stamp case, okay? The die art is a little bit bigger than it's been in past catalogs, which is nice. And the swatches of designer series paper are also significantly bigger than in past catalogs. All right. Now, another thing you'll notice, and they used to make all the samples have all the stuff from this whole suite, and they've played around with some things. So there's, on every page for every suite, there are 5 samples. One focuses on the stamp set. Okay. One focuses on the designer series paper. One focuses on the bundle. So this uses the die and the stamps. Okay. This one focuses just on the dies. Nope. Hang on. This one focuses just on the dies. And this one has all the things. It has the little gems. It has the dies. It has the designer series paper, and it has the stamps. Okay, so see if you can figure out as you go through and are looking at those sample pages, if you can figure out which ones are which. Okay. All right, so, oh, and here's another little icon that I'm going to have you start counting. We're going to see that color wheel a little bit later on the color page where they talk about color theory. And this shows up in various places, the little logo there, the little icon. All right, so Take to the Sky. I did purchase this entire suite. Okay, so we've got the Adventurous Sky stamp set, the Adventurous Sky dies. So you see you can make the airplane. Okay. And there are clouds. So you can see here still that the clouds have dies that cut them out. The airplanes have dies that cut them out. Okay. There are some cute little embellishments. Should have taken these out of the bag before. They're pretty fun. They're called industrial trinkets. How do you like them apples? So you can use them either way, with the textured side up or the other side up. So they are a little bit thick and a little bit heavy. They are likely to require a little extra postage. Just letting you know. Okay. And I know I need to get back to that. I meant to talk about that. I will later. And then also the designer series paper. So something to know about the designer series paper in that yes, the swatches are bigger. Over underneath the picture of the samples, there are little swatches of all the coordinating colors. So the designer series paper has Copper Clay, Mossy Meadow, Boho Blue, Night of Navy, and Smoky Slate. So we have To Market, we have Wildly Flowering, Lily Pond Lane, Thoughtful Journey, Country Woods. This is actually, look at this big page. This is because this is one of those super suites. Remember, there's some things we call a super suite. This is a super suite because it has 2 bundles associated with it. It has 2 designer series papers associated with it, as well as an embellishment and an embossing folder and ribbon. Okay, so what you're going to notice is these suites are, there are a larger variety. The suites and the bundles both have a little bit more variety of price points. So if you're somebody that really and truly wants it all, you can do that, or you can find the individual parts and get that as well. Okay. Unbounded Beauty is another super suite. Okay. I got this bundle, but I did not get any of the rest of the suite yet. I probably will order the designer series paper though, because it's so pretty. So this is where you find the information about the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the cutting plates, and for the full-size machine, and the cutting plates for the mini machine. So this is just sort of almost an advertisement, if you will. There's not, there's no dies. Just, yes, we have this. We do. Okay. Then we're getting into the bundles. They are marked with the icon to save 10%. Okay. And it gives you the bundle price up here with the samples. Okay. And then down here, there's the information about if you just want the stamp set, or you just want the dies, or if you just want the masks. Okay. If you want it all, the whole bundle, you get all three parts of that. Okay. And I did get that. So these are the kind of dies, the masks or stencils that work together to color the image, or you can use them by themselves. They likely are numbered. I haven't actually opened mine yet. Yep. So this is the first one, and then the second one. So there are 5. Okay, some different layers, leaves, details. So those are pretty fun, and I love using the Enduring Beauty ones, which did carry over, but I am excited to play with these as well. All right, so we'll put that over there. This is interesting. So this is where the choice, the variety of price points come in, because some of these bundles you can choose. You can choose whether you want dies. So there's a bundle price if you want the stamp set and dies. And there's also a price if you want the punch. Okay. So it just kind of depends. What do you like better? Some people love to get out their die cut machine. Some people are like, yeah, but I'm crafting on the go. I want to be able to just grab my punch and make it easy. Okay, so again, some different ways to do that. All right. I almost got this one only because just for the sharp. My son is a big shark fiend. He loves them. So lots of bundles. Okay. Big, small, all kinds of things here. Okay. I have shared this bundle before. So the Spotlight on Nature and the dies that I was surprised went with it, because as you'll notice, there aren't any dies that cut out the line art. And I did, and they show them here organized the way I organize my dies. When they arrive all by size. So there aren't these big gaps, and there's just a couple of groupings. All right. Okay, so we'll get that tucked away. Let me just pop up here and see. Okay, I'm not seeing any comments, so if there's anything you need to share with me, do let me know, and I'll try and peek up there periodically. Okay. So I also got Seaside Wishes that we've played with a little bit when I did the blackout kind of technique last week or something for my live. So this is a hybrid folder, and what that means is you can actually put inside your folder, this die fits in there, and it will just, it's not stuck and then all of a sudden it fits right around there. and then you just put your paper in, and it will emboss and cut those sand dollars right out for you, which is pretty cool. All right. Or you can stamp the sand dollars and cut them out with the dies without doing the embossing. All right, so there's that. Let's keep going. All right, then we get to our encore part of the catalog. And the encore part of the catalog has, you can see that it has smaller images, okay, because you've seen them before, okay, and so, and you don't get the individual pictures of the samples, which I must say is one of the things that I miss. But that being said, there is something to being able to see it all in a smaller area, okay? Knowing what's still available, what, you know, especially as a demonstrator, I was able to easily look through and go, oh yeah, Doreen, my friend Doreen has that. Oh, I have that. I have the daisies. I have the adoring hearts. I have, you know, it was easy to go back through and recognize what I currently have and what friends of mine have, and that sort of thing. And here's that other set of stencils. Okay, they call them decorative masks. I think of them as stencils. Okay, so there's quite a collection of things that have been around before and have come back to visit us from winter catalogs, from fall catalogs, from spring catalogs, whatever. Okay, so they're all there. All right, there is a quick reminder of the kinds of stamps that Stampin' Up! Has. The cling stamps that are our standard red rubber, all right? And then also the photopolymer stamps that are clear, both of which adhere to, temporarily adhere to the acrylic blocks. Okay, all right, so we're getting there. All right, so here is where we have our blocks and then the bundle, so you would get one of each. They did discontinue a few of the blocks that were not ones that got used a whole lot. So there are a few less blocks, so the bundle price is lower. Okay, this is a technique, sort of. It's reversibles. Okay, so the stamp flips. There's a template and a color wheel. Okay, so be watching. Remember, I said be watching for those. All right. Then we get into some more standalone stamps. We get into techniques, another one of our templates. Two-step stamping, where you stamp an outline and then stamp the inside and add details. Okay. Some other stamps that work that way. Right, this is a new one, which is why it's so much bigger. So the new things are, you won't see that little red N. Remember that one? That little icon doesn't happen in this catalog, but you can tell if it's a brand new stamp because it's shown at full size. Okay. All right, talking about stamping a scene, making scenery, and you'll notice that things that you use for that sort of thing are displayed there. So you'll see that the sponge daubers are here. Some different things. So you'll see those little shopping basket icons and you know that they're there. So then we get into our background stamps. I love these little notes. It sort of makes me feel like somebody went through my catalog and made all the notes that I would likely have made myself. That these work best with the big clear block F, the biggest of the blocks, okay? Talking about an inking technique and fussy cutting pieces out of a large stamp, okay? And this is the Leaf Collection stamp, so it's shown at 100% size. These others have been in another catalog before, so they are not shown at 100%. Okay. All right. And then you'll notice this section. These are the newer ones and some featured ones. There are also a few others mixed in various places. So that same icon tells you that those are done by Stampin' Up! Demonstrators who have hit their $1 million sales milestone. Okay. Then some storage things. Okay, some options for storage and how to keep your space neat. All right. Then we get into the section, and it doesn't have a big blazing title, but reasons to craft. Why do you need to craft? Maybe to show appreciation. Okay, whoop, there's our little color wheel. Okay, our little shopping baskets, our little notes. Okay. Oops. Maybe because you're stamping to make memories. Okay, maybe you're doing home decor, or you're doing a scrapbook page or something. Okay. So that's, and then it talks about there's more memory keeping must-haves and things. Okay. If you're looking for our thick white cardstock, this is where you find it. They sort of hid it. It took me a little time because I looked in the regular color section, which we'll get to in a few minutes, and I couldn't see it. I'm like, the white was there, the 12 by 12 was there, all the things except the thick. But somebody had said, no, the thick is back, and I said, I can't find it. So here it is on page 99. So if you're one of those people that when you make your cards, you like to have a white base, thick white cardstock is there. Okay, it's hiding right there. Why else might you have a reason to craft? Maybe you're celebrating a holiday or something during the year. Okay, maybe it's, you know, excuse me, some kind of a Valentine's Day or Christmas or whatever. They're here. Now, there are a couple of designer series papers that carried over. The Winter Meadow paper carried over. This is one thing that almost never happens, okay? And then if they've used a product that they've shown somewhere else, they've just put the shopping cart logo and like the Adoring Heart stamp set is back a ways on the Encore page and things like that. So you may have to do a little more poking around, all right, to find some things. The Simply Scored tool is here, okay? So there's not a big tools page, but they do show our tools where they have used them, okay? So using the designer series paper and the Simply Scored tool to create a box for a gift, okay? A place for stamps that kids might like to use, okay? Or that you might want to use to craft for kids. So here somebody's created a game to play with kids, a little memory game, okay? So crafting for kids, with kids, all of that good stuff. There's a couple of places here that talk about how Stampin' Up! Makes a difference. This happens to be the Heart of Stampin' Up! Award that they give out every year, and so that's another thing. Okay, invitations is another reason to craft. Okay, and the Nature's Sweetness specialty paper carried over. Again, and the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper. That's 3 Designer Series papers that have carried over, which is very unusual. Oh, 4. Our Countryside Inn Designer Series paper also carried over. That pretty blue. And the dies carried over, but not the stamp set. So, interesting there. Okay. And then we get into, I'm looking for metallics. Okay, here they all are. So they put all the metallic stuff together, okay, which I think is kind of cool. They have all the ribbon. Now here, they don't show it by itself, but they show it on a project with colors and which emphasizes how our ribbons and things coordinate so nicely with our other products. Okay, so one thing that I want to make sure you know on this page is that these are the adhesive backed kinds of embellishments. So they already have sticky on them, but you need to know that this is not the size embellishment you're going to get. They have enlarged them so that you can see the cool flecks, so that you can see the facets, so you can see what they will look like when you do get them, but they will be smaller. Okay, so understand that these are all enlarged quite a bit. I don't know if they tell us the percentage, but it's fairly significant. Okay. All right. Then we have sticky business. So the right adhesive for the right project makes all the difference. So they've used little icons. So if you're making a box, if you're using die cuts, if you're doing some other kind of a craft, the multi-purpose liquid glue is great. Okay, so glue dots. What's that good for? What's our tear and tape good for? Foam adhesive strips, Stampin' Dimensionals, all of that. So this just shows like a layer or something. You might want to put something on a layer. Okay, the Simply Essentials, the Heavy Duty. All right, all of those kinds of things. All right. Then we get into some techniques, and this I think is very cool. So our water painters, so painting with water, making sure you know that stays on ink is your best option. Okay, our watercolor pencils, they talk about those, and the blender pens. Just happen to have one of those right there. Okay, I use those a lot. Spritzing to soften an image. Okay, pastels, our soft pastels are another great way to color. All right, so some things if you're going to be doing watercoloring, some must-haves, some things that will make your project turn out a whole lot better. Okay, if you use those. So then creating cards with movement, cards with fun folds, all those different kinds of things, which are really fun. So creating a slider card where we used to just use pennies. There's some cards out there that are worth at least 2 cents because we used to use pennies to get that to add the weight, the ballast, to get it to slide. Okay, shaker cards, so loose kinds of frosted dots and things, so loose things that you can put in, right? Loose embellishments. Window sheets are here, foam adhesive strips are here, all those different kinds of things would be here. Okay. masking, so the masking paper, using the masks, the blending brushes, all of those sorts of things are here. Talking about how to stamp and using masking paper to cover an image so that you can then add your background and get that in there. Okay, using your brayer to create a background. Lots of really fun things, okay? And then adding texture, heat embossing, using your Versamark, your craft white ink pad. Okay. And then embossing with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And here's all the folders that are current. Okay. And then the blends markers. So you will now notice that the ones that were numbered are now in combo packs, and they come with 2 tones. Okay. So you'll notice those. And some stamp sets that those would be good with. The Stampin' Write markers collection, if you want all the color families of markers. These are not the Stampin' Blends. These are the blends. They are square. They are alcohol-based. These are water-based markers. Okay, very different. All right, so here's the color theory section. We used to have a tool, a color wheel, and it helped you line up the colors, and it was very handy, and we all loved it, and then it went away. There are some other tools that you can use, and in my email today I sent you the PDF for the little color coach cards. But anyway, I don't know even when we had the color wheel. Oh, and they're giving us a tool. It may not look exactly like this, but we are going to get a color wheel tool sometime later this year. Okay, they haven't said specifically, but they are working on it. So then they get into color theory and what does it mean and how do you sort of use a color wheel like this. Monochromatic doesn't necessarily mean just one green, but it means you pretty much are using just one base color, just 2 or 3 shades of green together maybe, okay, or blue or red or something. Complementary ones are the ones across from each other, okay? They're ones that look great together, except maybe if you are, you want to be careful if you are watercoloring and using complementary colors because you could end up with mud, so be careful about that. Analogous colors are the ones that are next to each other, so light an orange and then a couple of different shades of that, okay? Triadic are, you know, shaped more in a triangle, okay? And you'll see these kinds of things next to certain samples, not with colors, but anyway. And then we get into our color collections. You can order each color individually in cardstock, stamp pad, refill, and blends combo pack, or you can do a color family. So your 8.5 by 11 cardstock assortment has 20 sheets, so you'd get 2 of each of the 10 colors, okay? So we have the brights, that was the subtles, okay, the brights, the regals, the neutrals, okay, and then our in color families, okay, our new 2024, 2026, and the 2023, 2025, okay, and then the basics, this is where you're going to find that new basic beige, very vanilla, basic white, basic black, okay, and we're back to the index where we started. So I hope that helped you get a handle on this particular catalog. I'm anxious to hear what you think about it. I really love a lot of the parts in it. I think it's going to be a useful tool. I'm looking forward to going through this and deciding what I want to share as a video with you. Also be watching. I am going to, Stampin' Up! Made a bunch of great videos highlighting different parts of the catalog and different products. And I will be sharing some of those as a link in my in my email service. Okay, so if you get my emails or are on my email list, you will see those. If you are not on my email list, you probably want to get there. And I will try to make it easy by putting a link in the description of the YouTube video. So, all right, well, thanks so much for joining me. It was really fun to spend some time with you in the new catalog, and I'm really glad that you are here. The rewards have not changed yet, Marlene, and the whole reason they did not put, let me go to that part. There's a place. Hang on, let me see if I can find it quick. Rewarding is what it said. Let me see, maybe it's right in the back. That's the angel policy. Okay, gathering and rewarding, and gathering is fun and rewarding. So you'll notice that on this page, they have not given specifics. That is so there is no out-of-date information in the catalog, because sometime during this catalog's lifetime, there will be a change. The rewards program is currently still the same, where you get a percentage of your order total if your order is over a certain amount, and that right now the amount is $150. Okay, so no, it hasn't changed. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Kathy, and definitely definitely can swing by and pick one up sometime next week. I'll be around. So, all right. Thanks again for joining me, guys, and I look forward to sharing some more creativity with you again soon. Bye-bye.